GTA ZTV 23 and presenting You Don't Know Jack, the Lost Gold.
Game number 64 of You Don't Know Jack, the Lost Gold. We still haven't figured out our question yet. Does the game end on 950,000 or a million? Let's find out. Here we go.
Ahoy! Nice of you to stop by. So, how many Buccaneers we got? Game time. You got one? Tell it to me now, mate. Excellent. Oh, okay, I got it. Captain Impatient. Now, go and seek your booty. Remember, me freedom depends on ye. Keep adding to that loot. Save me! Save me!
It's time for the game where high culture and pop culture collide.
How you doing? Schmitty here. So glad you could make it. This was at the top of my to-do list. Now, shall we see if you've been paying attention? So, what's it gonna be?
Happy night and night. Wish for coffee. One thing you love.
Up next, Berlitz for coffee drinkers. And this baby's worth
God.
6,000 big ones. Let's suppose that during your around-the-world trip, disaster strikes. You crash land in an Italian village. Since the only Italian you know was learned at Starbucks, you shout, "Venti, venti!" What will the angry Italian villagers think you're saying? You're sorry about the broken barrel. You feel like a piggy American. You'll pay 20 lira for the check, please.
Darn it.
Here's a good answer. Venti is Italian for 20. It's probably got something to do with the number of ounces in Starbucks' largest coffee size. Of course, that's not nearly as embarrassing as discovering that Frappuccino means, "I shall now touch your daughter's buttocks." Wanna pick a category?
On this phone, we have no one. Soak it down and shake it up.
Let's take a look at Soak It Down and Shake It Up. This one's worth $6,000. Okay, suppose for just a moment that MTV expands its extremely tasteful spring break coverage with the highbrow Wives of King Henry VIII wet t-shirt contest. Hey, it could happen. Hey, it's Anne Boleyn's turn to be soaked down in the wet t-shirt contest. According to legend about her anatomy, what would most likely be the crowd's reaction? Dude. Yeah, as rumor has it, Anne Boleyn not only had 6 fingers on one hand, she had a third breast. Isn't God great? When he gives you an extra finger, at least he gives you something to do with it. Go ahead, pick one of these.
I've been done out by my It only sounds dirty.
Well, look at you. You've just chosen a dis or dat. And this dis or dat questions category is, it only sounds dirty. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 definitions, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a definition of the word cock, a definition of the word prick, or both. Okay, you've been through this. I'm just going to put your 30 seconds on the clock then. Let's do it. Puncture with a effect with anguish. Strut, air, cause wine. Set the hammer on a pop up. One. You see, now this is my fault. I wasn't clear enough on the instructions, was I? I'm sorry. Go ahead, pick a category.
Too late, cupcakes, too late. If I'm my dessert, I'll eat my pants.
This category is, and for dessert, I'll eat my pants. $2,000 at stake on this one. Hey, you might want to check out this good old American recipe I just found. You might also want to buzz in and type your answer, because this one's a fill-in-the-blank. Let's see. Ingredients: 1 tri-cornered hat, 1 feather. Combine feather and hat. Let's sit, calm macaroni. Whose recipe is this? snooze, you lose. Okay, now here's a good answer. It's Yankee Doodles, and it's a dandy. And if he's putting feathers and hats in his macaroni, I don't even want to know what he's got in his hasty pudding. Go ahead, pick one of these.
Question on horse hockey. What's Chinese for did you hear something?
I'm calling this one horse hockey. How does $4,000 sound? Alright, let's say you love Colonel Potter from MASH so much that you build a statue of him in your front yard astride his beloved horse, Sophie. Say the statue depicts Sophie with one of her hooves raised. What does that supposedly signify? Well, it doesn't hold true in all cases, but that's what the story is. Now, if Sophie were to have 4 legs off the ground, that'd mean somebody's trying to steal your statue. Time to make a choice.
They're not so freshmen. Why are there no superheroes named Harold?
Let's have a big warm welcome for Why Are There No Superheroes Named Harold? And you pocket $4,000 if you get this one right. So you know how the superhero Captain America runs around carrying a shield, right? Well, here's the thing. If the star on Captain America's shield were there as a heraldic symbol, what would it mean? He's married. In heraldry, the third son is designated by a 5-pointed star called a mullet. So, yes, Captain America has a mullet on that shield of his. Eventually, he wants to add a little Camaro and perhaps an AC/DC sticker. Time to choose a category.
I'm not leaving the show in 2003.
All rise. The Jack Attack is now in session. Oh, well, you already know how to play. Well, we'll see about that. Here's your clue. Ain't life grand? Yeah. Unstoppable! Did somebody slip you the answers ahead of time? Let's check out your final score! There it is! Way to go, my friend. Like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose as long as you get to play with yourself. Now get the hell away from the computer, will ya? Because... you don't know Jack!
Almost free! Captain Happy! Captain Happy!
This has been a WTAC TV 23 production in association with